All right, guys. Uh, Ahmad asking me the question that to calculate the TVDSS, the algorithm will be TVD or MD minus KB. And yesterday I communicated that it is KB minus TVD or MD, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I am assuming this is my ground and
बस ये प्रॉब्लम बैंक में इधर मेंशन किए हैं किसी को भी अप्लाई करें तो दे देंगे या कोई नेशनल में करना चाहिए या
here is my rig
बैंक डिटेल बता देंगे
and I am assuming this is my sea level. Here is I have few formation tops, 1, 2, 3, and 2 below the sea level. Okay, this one I am assuming A, it is B, it is C, it is D, and it is E. This one is my sea level. All right. Here is I have located the KB, and we know that the KB is the vertical distance from the sea level. Therefore, if I'm going to draw a vertical line with black color, that's fine. This one. This distance or vertical distance with respect to sea level till the KB is known as the KB or the calibration distance with respect to my sea level. I am assuming that it is 500 for me in this test well. I'm putting over there KB is equal to 500. And now formation A, if I'm drawing to my deviated wellbore path, here is, let's say I'm drilling my wellbore going in this direction, here, here, and here, correct? So I'm assuming that the TVD value for the formation A at this intersect where the black line is intersecting with this blue A line is 100, and for the B is TVD is 200, and the C is 300, and the sea level is on the 500 TVD. While my if I'm going to move on till D formation, probably it is on 600, and the E will be on the 700. It is my TVD values. Now I'm going to calculate the TVDSS for formation A. So I mentioned that if you are going to calculate the TVDSS, then it means you need to use the algorithms as KB minus, sorry, yeah, KB is minus TVT. Now for the formation A, what will be the TVDSS? 500 minus 100, it means the KB value for formation A is 400, correct? And now, and if I'm going to calculate the TVDSS for formation B, then it means 500 minus 200, the value is 300. Similarly, for the formation C, 500 minus 300, it means the answer for the formation C is 200 for the TVDSS. After that, you're getting the sea level at 0, and for the formation D, you have the TVD value for 600. According to algorithm, KB is 500 and the TVD is 600. 500 minus 600, what will be the answer? Minus 100, right? So
Yes, sir.
all of the TVDSS values above the sea level is in the positive and below the sea level is in the negative. You can see that the TVDSS value for C formation is 200 is in positive, and for the B 300 is in positive, and for formation A is 400 is in positive, because the formation A is the highest formation top with respect to the sea level. And if you're going down, it means the D has the minus 100. And if you are going to calculate the TVDSS for formation E is 500 minus 700, it is minus 200. It means that the deepest formation is formation E. All right. If you are going to reverse the algorithm, then you will get the reverse values. Negative values above the sea level and the positive values below the sea level. But in fact, we always encounter the TVDSS is in negative below sea level and is in positive above sea level. It is clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So in tomorrow's lecture, we are discussing the pattern of the well log, how the well log is available on the log prints or the films that you are getting from the field. So we discussed that if you're getting the print of any well log, this well log film is divided into the several blocks. At the top, you will get the well header information, and after that, petrophysical parameters, and then remarks. After that, you will getting the main log. Main log means the original log that you have logged in the well bore, or the depth interval that you have logged in the well bore with two different scales. The main log is in first scale is 1:200, and the second scale is 1:500. And this is basically the division of the scale that you require to print the log on the film. If one horizontal line is denoting the 2 feet or 2 meters, then it means you are using 1:200 scale. If the horizontal line is denoting for the 5 feet or 5 meters, then it means you are working with the 1:500 scale. So generally, if you are going to use the well logs for the correlation purpose, you are using the scales is 1:500, and if you are going to do a detailed petrophysical analysis, you are going to use the main log with the scale 1:200. And in the last, we will got the repeat section. And the repeat section is basically the interval where well site geologists observe that this interval is uh, have some considerations, or the log data is not cleared, or they have some ambiguities, then they're asking the logging company to repeat this section out of this entire interval. So it is available at the end of this log. So now I'm showing you one example. Yesterday I'm showing a very old log. This was not clear, but today I get the new one. So where it is. Okay. Now you can see that this is an example well log. Here at the top of the log, you can see that the Suit name, it is DLL MSFL BHCGR run 1. And discover the interval for, you can see the top log interval is 12.60 meters till the bottom is 29.28 meters. It means your interval is from 1200 to approximate 2900 meters. So it is run 1 for the DLL, and you also got the well information and the lat longs and some ground elevations and also the KB informations, who witnessed, who recorded. These type of information is available over there. And second block is known as the petrophysical parameters, that you can see that the resistivity of mud filtrate, resistivity of mud cake at the bottom temperature and the surface temperature, and what type of mud you are using. Like you can see that here is mentioned that the mud type is type of fluid involved is Redicoat polymer. So these type of information is basically known as your petrophysical information that is available below the well header. The third block is for the remarks, and here is you can see the remarks over there. They mentioning something that you have, that any logging company observed during the drilling. Like he mentioned that the tool run with 1.5 inches standoff. Duration last circulation 2.5 hours. Resistivity of fluid sample at other two temperatures is resistivity of mud filtrate and resistivity of I don't know what is it over there. So these type of some basic information is put in over there, or if they got some ambiguities or if they applied some environmental corrections, then all of the things is available in the remarks. So before starting the interpretation, you just need to go into the well header and make sure that the suit is accurate, that you are trying to interpret. Also, the depth interval is correct, and you have the petrophysical parameters, and go through from the remarks. If have any ambiguity, then definitely it is available over there. After that, starting the main section or main log. The main log, the first scale is 1:500, mean one horizontal line showing the 5 feet or 5 meters, whatever you have the unit. So you can confirm that it is 150, for it is 1250 and it is 1300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is 10 divisions for the 50 feet. It means the horizontal line is showing the 5 feet or 5 meters interval. All right. At the top, you have the display scales for all of the logs that you have in your well log. And now moving down, after the 1:500 scale, you will get the 1:200 scale. Again, you can see that the same log with the 1:200 scale, and now it is 1225 and it is 1250. Now the 25 feet having the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Each line is for the 1 feet or the 1 meter. And at the end, you can see that you have the repeat section available over there, and the repeat section covers from 2850 till 2925. So that depends where they run or execute the repeat section. Sometime from the end of the interval, or sometime from in between, or any specific formation that you observe that this is you have some purpose or you have some interest in this formation, then the logging result is not correct. That's why you're asking the logging company to do the repeat section over there. So in this way, you can cross-check that your main log is accurate or not. So now you have any question or confusion in this well log, you can ask the question. No, total silence. Okay. What is the things? Right. Now, these are the list of the formats that most of the companies using to record the data in digital formats. The first format is the ASCII. It is the abbreviation of American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Second format is LIS, Log Information System. Third format is DLIS, Digital Log Information System. And the last one is LAS, Log ASCII Standards. These four very known and famous formats, most of the petrophysical companies are using to for our digital data that required to import uh, into his own software, like uh, LMK are using the LAS and DDIS format to import the log data into the Jura or Prism. So previously, own companies they have their own formats. But after that, all of the companies realize that it is very problematic if they all have their own formats. So therefore, now majority of the companies having the same LAS format to share his data. I want to say that majority of the softwares now support LAS data, and the reason is if you have formats, then it is very hard to share the data in between the companies. So therefore, now all of the companies realize to the format would be the same for all of the exploration companies to share digital log data in between the companies or the personnel, respective personnel. So majority of the companies now using the LAS format. So it is very important to know that if you have any LAS file, then what type of data you have in it. This is an example of the LAS format. If you get if you got any LAS file or for any specific run or the logs and open into a notepad, then always at the top you will see the version of this LAS file. Now right now you can see that the version is 2. The initial version for the LAS format was 1.2. Then the new format coming in with the 2, and after that we have the latest version of LAS format is version 3. After that, you're getting the well information. You can see that we have the W sign showing now from this line, you will start the well information. In this well information, you can see the well name, company name, UWI, country, start and stop, and the step values, blah. After that, you have the curve information block. In this block, you can see how many curves you have in this LAS file. Right now, in this LAS file, I have the depth log, ResD, deep sensitivity, GR, SP, and DT logs available or curves available in this LAS file. After that, you have the P block. P blocks means the petrophysical parameters like what is the KB, and if you have the resistivity of mud or mud cake, mud filtrate, bottom temperatures, blah, these type of information that were basically part of the petrophysical parameters in the well log section will be available over there. And in the last, sorry, you have attribute block where you got the values for all of the curves you have in this LAS file. Now, right now you can see that the first one is the depth, and then ResD, GR, SP, DT, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Depth is basically not a, it is not a log or curve. Basically, it is showing your interval that need to be available over there. So now, after the depth, you have 4 different curves in this alias file. So the first column is for the depth, and after that, rest D values available over there, then the gamma ray values, and SP, and in the last, sonic values. So now till end, you're having these values in this alias files. So whenever you're getting the alias files, then open it up and you can see these blocks is always available over there. If any block is missing, then this alias file will be corrupt and you can import this data into any software. So therefore, it is not very hard to make sure that your alias file is correct or not. So you just need to reconfirm that all of these blocks in the same order is available in any specific alias file.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर
जी.
सर आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं है सर थोड़ा सा
It is the problem of network or internet. If anyone observing the problem with the voice quality, then definitely after the lecture I will share the videos, and probably in the recorded videos you will not get this type of problems. Okay. So the next format is ASCII format. So the difference between LAS and the ASCII format is that in ASCII format, we don't have any kind of well information or petrophysical information or the curve information. We just only having the columns for the respective curves. This format is known as the ASCII format. So whenever you are going to import this type of format, then you need to tell the software that the first column is for the depth and the second column for the gamma ray, third column for the ILD, fourth is the ILM, and so on if you have a lot of curves in your ASCII format. So you can very easily convert.
Sir, can you repeat only what kind of curves do we have in this ASCII format?
Any type of curve you have in this ASCII format, but the difference is in the ASCII format you don't have your well information or petrophysical information or the curve information that actually you have in your alias file. And whenever you are going to import this ASCII format, then you need to tell the software what any specific column what it is showing. Like in this example, the first column is for depth, second column for the gamma ray, and the third column for ILD, and the fourth column for ILM, and so on. So probably in your ASCII format, the first column is for the SP and second for the Kali, and so on. Give me a moment, please. All right. So there is no difference except the additional blocks available in the alias file. Otherwise, the column informations are similar to the alias file. So you can easily convert your alias file into the ASCII format, just removing the blocks which are available above the attributes block in the alias file. So if you want to convert your ASCII format into the LS format, then definitely you need to add the blocks for the values, for the version, for the curve information, for the Patastika parameter, and etc. And the rest two formats are not readable, and these are the binary formats. That's why I cannot show you what type of information you have in it. Any confusion over there? Any confusion? Any question?
सर ये कन्वर्जन वाला भी थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजिंग था.
I just want to mention that if you are trying to convert your LAS file into ASCII, what I need to do? I just need to remove all of the blocks above the attribute block. Means if this LAS file wanted to convert into the ASCII format, then I need to remove this version, well header, curves, and petrophysical parameters blocks from this area. And after that, these remaining columns automatically showing your ASCII format. And similarly, if you want to convert your ASCII format into the LAS file, then definitely you need to put above this attribute column the version, well header, petrophysical parameters, curves, etc. If you're putting these columns above this, these blocks above these columns, then this ASCII format can convert into the LAS file. Just doing the copy and paste from one notepad file to another notepad file.
All right, sir.
Okay, guys, session near to end. We will meet in the next session just after a couple of minutes.